Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It is Monday, and I have the long-awaited Genesis format build for my version of Branded. Now, again, still learning how to do this. I did give myself a little bit of a handicap. I tried to use just cards that were available in the newest deck, the Fallen and the Virtuous. There were actually a lot of cards that were worth points in that structure, so I did step out of the structure for some of it. So I'm sorry, it is what it is. I'm using 99 out of 100 points, and this should be like a 40 card main and a 15 card extra. So without any real further ado, let's just get you guys the deck list. I'm doing this in my traditional order again, so everything's alphabetized and separated to type. So the first card we're using is going to be 3 copies of Albion the Shrouded. Now, again, this card's name becomes Albaz when field or grave. If it is in hand or grave, you may send Albaz or one branded spell trap from hand or deck to grave to apply the following effect based on where you sent your card from. If you sent it from the hand, you can special summon this card, and if you sent it from the deck, you can place this card on the bottom of the deck and then draw 1 card. So again, he's good. He fills multiple roles within the deck. It's sort of like having a Foolish Burial, sort of like having an Upstart, sort of like just being able to correct everything that you need to get done. So again, Albion, good card, great card. I think it goes without saying, Aluber is going to be a 3 again. Aluber, the Jester of Despia, is a great card. When normal or special summoned, you add 1 branded spell trap from the deck to the hand. If a face-up fusion monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while this is in your graveyard, you may target 1 effect monster the opponent controls, special summon this card, and if you do, negate the targeted monster's effects until the end of this turn. This effect, each effect is once per turn and only once that turn, so I said that wrong. It's 1 effect per turn and only once that turn. So Aluber's only doing a hard once per turn, getting an effect. It's okay, though, because he's super good. One of the cards is going to cost us 3. And again, I didn't memorize all of the costs, just some of them. Blazing Cartesia the Virtuous, 3 points per copy. Again, this is one of our tuners, so we did add a couple of synchros this time. Again, I probably added something that was suboptimal just because I like them. But that's how this works. I'm sort of casual, and I'm still learning this deck, so unfortunately, that's what it is. 15 by 15. If you have Fallen of Albaz in your field or graveyard, and again, Albion will count, you may special summon this from the hand. During the main phase, quick effect, you can fusion summon 1 level 8 or higher fusion from the extra deck using cards from your hand and field. Which, again, I think you need to understand that this is a good thing. Cartesia is going to be our fusion outlet for a lot because of this. So just keep that in mind. During the end phase, if a fusion monsters were sent to the graveyard this turn, you can add this card from the graveyard to the hand. Each effect is once per turn. So she's not a hard once per turn, but each effect is. And again, if I had chosen to go a different way with maybe the Dogmatic Punishments, being able to send cards out of my extra deck real quick, we would still be able to benefit off of the recycling effect, which is good for ideas for your sideboard moving forward, playing in different areas, doing different things. Another one I added, I went to 3 on this one because I like it. And I think I found a way to play it a little bit better. Despian Tragedy, a little 1-star. If this is sent to grave or banished by card effect, you can add 1 Despia monster from deck to hand, except Tragedy. You can banish this card from the graveyard, then target 1 branded spell trap in the graveyard, set it to your field. 1 effect per turn and only once that turn. Now, granted, I would have preferred to play him at 2, but I was lacking a little bit on my monster counts. So I did maximize him to 3. That's one thing I'm toying around with, is finding another monster card to sort of replace the 3rd copy. And if you guys have any suggestions for me to move forward with this build, I would love the input. These guys are crazy cool, and I'd like to get a little bit better with them if I can. Title card of the deck, Fallen of Albaz, obvious 3 of. Again, when normal or special summon, except during damage step, discard a card. On option to fusion summon 1 monster from the extra deck using cards on either side of the field. One of them has to be this card. You cannot use other monsters you control as material, so it's like a quick 1-2 super poly move. and you can only use this effect once per turn. But again, it is a great effect, and since he's not worth points out of our deck, it is definitely worth maximizing him. Last monster that's going to cost us something in the main is Quem. Again, this is another 4-star tuner. So again, we went 8 stars on our synchros because it was what made the most sense. And looking back on it, I could have actually thrown in like a Utopia engine. So that's something to think about for like another day. This is always treated as both a Dogmatica and Despia. This is important because of the Jester. It's searchable. If this is normal or special summoned, you can send one Fallen of Albaz or card that mentions it from deck to the grave. If a cards leaves the extra deck except damage step, target one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it in the graveyard outside of Quem. Special summon that. Each effect is a once per turn for Quem. And again, this is one of those moments where, like, once Albion's in a discard pile, we can get him back. Or we can go ahead, we do the Albaz since it works on the recycling. We could do this with Dogmatica Punishment, which again it feels like it's for more casual play. But obviously we could have included it today. And this could have given us maybe some more interactions with Quem and Cartesia. And again, it's something to explore for another future video. In tech, we are using one copy of Kit, because Kit is still very good for this. If you have a fusion monster that mentions Albaz's material, field, or grave, special summon this from the hand. If this is normal or special summoned, you can add one of your branded spell traps that is banished or in your deck or graveyard. Then place one of your cards from the hand to the bottom of your deck after that. So again, just a really good, like, get out there, search it up, see what you can get. And then, of course, it's like a little bit of balance. So it's it helps you like rectify the hand moving into other plays. And then I decided to use 2 copies of Jizukuru, the Star Destroyer Kaiju. And this is for multiple reasons. 1, I wanted to use star level. 2, the attack value. 3, the fact that he's light. Honestly, use the Kaiju that you like the best and try to make it, sort of synonymous with what types we're going to be using as dance partners for Albaz, because that's really the trick here. I just went with Jizukuru because light. You guys could do, obviously, whatever you like. You could go dark. You could put in Radion. That would be fine. It would be a little less powerful. It is what it is. So again, like I said, I did kind of get out of the structure deck here. I do it in the spells as well. Too many cards were worth points in the main stuff. So first up, I'm liking the Book of Lunar Eclipse. I thought about it. I like the discard card effect. This helps Albion get live a little sooner. Does allow, like I said, some of the other effects to shine through. It lets us drop bad cards in hand that are bad at the moment. We discard a card, target 2 face-up monsters on the field, it is 2. Target 2 monsters face-up on the field, change them to face-down defense. It's a double Book of Moon. It operates on same wavelength, same rules as Twin Twisters. And again, it's genuinely good. It helps shut down strategies. And when you're playing Genesys, it's like a card that's going to, I think, come to the foreground as the format matures. Next up, I'm using 1 copy of Branded Bond. Special summon 1 Fallen of Albaz from the hand, grave, or banishment. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there to activate the effect of Fallen of Albaz, you may set it. Each effect is once per turn. It's just a quick one of, let's bring back Albaz and do some stuff. Branded Fusion, I don't think I need to mention what this is, but it's like 40 points. It's a big strain on the deck count for Genesys format, at least in the base 100 bracket. Obviously, if your event is worth more points, you can maybe add another copy of this. But again, we're using Cartesia as well. We have the Albaz effect. We're not really strapped for Fusion. It's just we can get this, we can recycle this, it's fine. Next card we're going to go ahead with, 3 copies, full playset of the Branded in High Spirits. So first off, quick play, reveal 1 from the hand, send 1 level 8 Fusion from the extra deck to the grave with the same type that has 2500 attack or defense, then apply the following. Discard the revealed card, and if you do, add 1 Fallen of Albaz or monster that mentions it from the deck to the hand. During the end phase, if a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard this turn, which it was, obviously, You can add this card from the graveyard to your hand. So it's good. It's going to get stuff moving. It's good. That's all. Double branded in red, quick play. Target a Despia monster or Fallen of Albaz. And again, this is going to be our Jesters. This is going to be the Elubers. This is going to be the Tragedy, or whatever the 1-star was. This is going to be Quem. This is going to be Albaz. And since it does say Graveyard, that's also Albion. So target any one of those. Add that card back to your hand, then apply the following. Fusion summon 1 level 8 or higher fusion from the extra deck by banishing materials mentioned on it from your field and hand. It may not attack directly this turn, but it does, again, set off our fusions, which is part of the allure of this deck. I am going to use 1 copy of white. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from the extra deck using cards from hand or field, including a dragon. You may also banish from the graveyard if Fallen of Albaz is a material from the hand, field, or by banishing itself from the graveyard. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there by the Fallen of Albaz, you may then set this card. So again, it's not bad. It's a perfect little one-of. I did put a copy of Branded Lost in here. This way we protect our fusion summons. The activation of cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summons a fusion monster card cannot be negated. Also, the opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a monster is fusion summoned this way. If you fusion summon a fusion monster, you can add 1 Fallen of Albaz or monster that mentions it from the deck to the hand once per turn. Again, Branded is so easy to get into our hand. The Branded Lost is a perfect little one-of. And again, it just keeps our fusions protected. And in a limited format like this, where you have to pick and choose your cards instead of just going like, I'm going to play my good stuff gang cards, this makes it harder for an opponent to work around you without taking up a bunch of space in your build. So there's that. 3 copies of Opening, because this is pretty explanatory. Quick play, discard a card, take a Despia monster from the deck, and either add it to hand or special summon it in defense. We have, again, Quem, the 1-star and a Luber. So you get all that. You can add special summon from the extra deck that turn, or no, that's true, except fusion. If a fusion monster you control will be destroyed by this card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. Did I really read that right? By card effect, not by this card's effect. Okay, so again, it'll protect your stuff. The weird tech, and this is one where I actually would love an opinion. I didn't run this one by anybody, is the DD Capsule. So Different Dimension Capsule is my substitute for Gold Sarko because, again, I was already at 99 points and could not afford to put a Sarko in here. The thing is, this one leaves your card vulnerable. So this is an original text. I'm not sure if this has been errated yet. After this card is activated, it remains face up on the field until your second standby phase. Select 1 card from your deck, shuffle your deck, remove that card from play face down. During your second standby phase afterward, destroy this card and add the removed card to your hand. It's just a quick way for me to play the Despian Tragedy. Get it banished, get into the effects, and start playing. It's, again, having 4 in here based on doing this makes it very easy to get the effect off. Just let me know. Does it actually have to be banished face up? Does it matter if it's banished face down? I don't think it is. I feel like cherry picking rules, you would just flash the card and say, I'm going to be resolving this effect. Because again, the card did get removed. So let me know in the comments. And again, please, just if I'm wrong, let me know without going over the top, okay? We want to have a nice community here. I understand this game is what it is. Please, just let's keep it chill. Last spell card, 3 copies, Fusion Deployment. Again, this is just another quick way to get our Fallen of Albaz out of the deck. You just reveal one of the fusion monsters that lists him. However, Cartesia, Blazing Cartesia is on one of them. She's an additional target, okay? We've actually got 5 targets in deck that are going to deal with this. And so again, that's great. And the other thing I forgot to say about Jizukuru was, no, I did say that. It was a dance partner for Albaz. So we're good. 3 traps. I'm running 1 copy Banishment. Target a Despia or level 8 or higher fusion in Grave. Special summon, then apply the following. Fusion summon 1 level 8 or higher fusion from the extra deck by banishing materials mentioned on it from either field. So again, it's good. It's good. It's a little trap version. Again, Super Poly not allowed here right now because way too much cost. Last one, 2 copies of Retribution. I love this little counter trap. When a spell trap or monster effect is activated that includes the effect to summon special summon monsters, return to the extra deck 1 fusion monster I control or 2 that are in my graveyard that mention Fallen of Albaz as material, and again, it keeps it in deck. If you do, negate the activation and then destroy the card. So again, we stop big summons, which is good. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 branded spell trap from the graveyard, accept Retribution, add that back to your hand. So 1 effect per turn, once that turn, still good. And this is what I run for my main deck. So far in playtesting, this is doing well. And again, this is using the DD capsule to be able to use the Despian Tragedy. If in fact that is not a legal move, just let me know nicely. And we'll just move on from that. We'll trade it out. We'll do something else. So for now, this is the main deck. Do what you got to do. Get the list. And I'll be right back with the extra deck in just one moment. All right. Now we're here with our extra deck. So again, 15 cards. I'm running 2 Synchros and 13 Fusion. No Xyz, as I mentioned earlier. What you could do if you don't have some of the stuff that I have. This deck does set up for rank 4 plays real quick. Tornado Dragon, not Exodia, holy crap. I'm looking at an Exodia piece on my table, so I would like to apologize for being silly. What I meant to say was Utopia. You could pull off like a 1/, you just add a double or nothing to the main deck, go 41, is what it is. So first card, again, these are sort of in a weird order, so I don't know. I'm going to go over like the techie ones first, I guess. Yeah, that should be fine. So one of the weird ones I'm playing is I'm actually running Proskenion. I actually rated my deck masters for this. This is a Despia monster, which we have multiples of, plus a light plus a dark. So Chaos plus Despia, which again, Blazing Cartesia counts as a Despia and is a fusion catalyst herself. So keep it in mind, not terribly hard to play. During the main phase, quick effect, target a fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link. We won't be targeting links. This is Genesys, of course. In the opponent's graveyard, banish it or special summon it to our field. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, we can inflict damage to the opponent equal to that monster's original attack or defense, whichever was higher. And each of these effects is a once per turn. So again, Proskenion, not always going to be played, but when it is, holy crap, this thing can be mean. So that's card cool number 1. Next one is the Despian Queritus. This one is a Despia plus a light or a dark. Again, fairly easy to just manipulate and get this. During the main phase, as a quick effect, you can change the attack of all monsters currently on the field to 0 until the end of the turn, except level 8 or higher fusions. So again, if you start your turn with the debuff, you can go pretty much at everything like they were direct attacks while clearing a field. And since we do have Jizakuro, you can go ahead and you can offboard whatever the big threat is that might be able to stop this effect from resolving first. And then again, still 0 the account. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card of effect, we can add to the hand or special summon 1 Fallen of Albaz or 1 Despia monster from the deck. And again, if we go into Albaz and it's our first Albaz of the turn, we can go ahead, Super Poly, take over some more of the field, and just continue through the play, which is nice. Of the dragons that were in the deck, and again, this is in no particular order. I'm just going to throw them out there. We went over them. I'm getting close to 20 minutes. I don't want to hold you guys for too long. I'm just going to say we're running the 1 Mirror Jade, the 1 Lubellion. We're running 2 copies of the Alba Lenitus, which is okay. We're running 1 copy of the Dusk Dragon, because again, he's pretty okay here. And this allows us to get Cartesia. Even if we don't activate him, we can still get Cartesia to the field through the effect of the fusion deployment because he exists here, which is good. We've got Albion the Branded. We're going to be running 2 copies of Rindbrum because it's still good. And then I started doing some other techie things, like I'm playing Borreload Furious Dragon because it's any 2 dark dragons, which could be Albion and Fallen. Now, the effect here is, as a quick effect, target a monster that we control and 1 card our opponent controls. Destroy those cards, which is kind of crazy good. We could also banish this card from our graveyard, target a dark link in the graveyard. Well, that's not happening. So this is going to take on the role of Scrap Dragon in a fusion form. And again, Cartesia can go ahead and set that up for us. So that's pretty cool. Dragostapelia is pretty okay. Does not require us to pay any points into the play. It's a fusion plus any dark. If our opponents happen to be playing fusion, Albaz can just swing straight into this thing as well. Even though he's not listed on the card, you could still fusion deploy, show anybody else, go into this. It's kind of goofy. You could take out elemental heroes. It's nice. Once per turn, quick effect, target one face-up monster the opponent controls, place one predator counter on it. And if it is level 2 or higher, it becomes a level 1 as long as it has a predator counter. Negate its activated effects because it has a predator counter. So again, basically we're going to null things out. And it also messes up like synchro plays and stuff for other people, Xyz plays, by turning them to level 1s. So that's cool. Another card that I was pretty confident I had while I was doing the structure deck 3 times was Chaos, the Star Source. This dude's kind of overlooked for this. It's any light or dark dragon monster plus a dragon monster. Super easy for us to do. Again, mirror matching. A lot of this deck is dragons, so you're just able to go straight into this. If this is fusion summoned, target card your opponent controls up to the number of light and dark monsters used as this card's material. Okay. So that's 2. And then destroy them. If this card is banished, you can target one level 4 light or dark monster you control. Its level becomes 8. You can only use this effect, or each effect of this once per turn. But it does have that ability to go ahead and target up to 2 cards and then destroy them. So pretty sick, actually. As far as the synchros go, I wanted to just go very like streamlined, very weird, very normal-ish. I'm running Stardust because I just like Stardust. I do think the destruction effects are going to be something that we're going to see more of. And I'm kind of hyping the new 5D stuff that's supposed to be coming out towards the end of this month because I ship that hard. I love it. They have fully announced. I think the lists are fully leaked as well. It's going to be Akiza, Crow, and Yusei Fudo. So we're going to get some cool Stardust stuff. We're going to get some Black Rose stuff. We're going to get some Blackwing stuff. Celestial's going to go nuts because she loves 2 out of those 3. Last one is my Scarlet Red Dragon Arcfiend. It's probably my favorite version of the Red Dragons. Again, these guys are both 8 stars, so they're super easy for us to put together. They're going to be dragons, which is fine. The way that this one works, it's going to be considered Red Dragon Arcfiend while it's on Field or Grave. Once per turn, we can destroy as many monsters that were special summoned effect monsters on the field as possible with an attack less than or equal to this card. Then we damage our opponent's life points. 500 points. Sorry, 5 fingers. 500 points per card that we destroyed with this effect. So, again, if you can just synchro into that, and your opponent's got a bunch of special summons, but they're smaller, just go ahead and wipe the field real quick, and then send either this 3k dragon at him, or, continue playing, make some more dragons. So again, this is my deck. I do hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have got some kind advice for me, we'll leave that in the comments section. And thank you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for watching us. I don't think I thank you guys enough for continuing to watch this channel. It really does make my day. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. Do the things, like, comment, sub if you want to. And just go out and have a wonderful day either way, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Later.